you guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Samantha, and this is On the Hill, where we discuss all things biblical womanhood, homemaking, and intentional living. And as you guys can see, yes, I am recording this video in my car and my children are in the back seat. Hopefully I can complete this video before they start cranking up, so we'll see how it goes. I wanted to talk to you guys today about the importance of really taking care of yourself as wives, as mothers, as homemakers. As a homemaker, you know, over the years I have really saw the importance of needing to pour into me so that I can be the best version of myself for those that I need to pour back into, such as my husband, such as my children, my home, our businesses, ministry, other women, etc., 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 right? So I've had to come to understand that pouring into myself and taking care of myself is not selfish, y'all. Now, there is a fine line, right? There is a fine line of, you know, this mindset of I am number one, you know, nobody before me. I'm not putting anyone before me. It's me first, right? Versus I may not be number one. I may not be the first priority all the time, but I do need to be a priority. And I need to be a priority because, as we say all the time, you can't pour from an empty cup. Now, the reality is if I turn a cup upside down and I try to pour something out, something may come out, some dust, some particles, something, right? But it's nothing of value, right? Because there's nothing there for me to actually pour out. And so I am realizing that it is important for me to sit before the Lord every day and to get my cup filled up and to hear from Him, to receive a word from Him, to receive vision, to receive strength, right? To receive wisdom. It's important for me to move my body every day, to work out. And sometimes that means me telling my children, you know what? Hey, I'll be able to help you in about 45 minutes, but mommy needs to get this workout in, because I understand that when I work out, I feel better about myself. My body is healthy. It's not holding on to unhealthy weight. I feel confident about myself. And when I feel confident, I can show up confidently in all the other areas of my life. It's important for me to maybe at the end of the day, take some time to myself to decompress, because after you've been home with children all day, y'all, all day, every day, there's no clocking out. You are depleted, right? You are depleted. And it's like your body, you know, when a woman has a child and she has given birth and she goes into her postpartum journey, her body is depleted of so many minerals, right? That's why it's so important to take care of yourself in your postpartum journey, because your body has been depleted of so much that it's important that you fill yourself back up. So it's the same thing, right? We shouldn't have to have a big event in our lives to take care of ourselves. It shouldn't be that we have to have a child or that we have to be going through our postpartum journey to say, you know what, I need to fuel myself up. I need to fill myself back up. I need to pour into myself right now. It shouldn't take a big event. It should be simply the fact that, you know what, I love myself enough to take care of myself. I love myself enough to prioritize my mental health and my wellness. I love myself enough to get up and to get dressed today, because I know that when I get dressed, when I look good, I feel good, right? I love myself enough to do X, Y, and Z. So if you take away nothing else from this video, I need you to take away the fact that, girl, you have got to get to the place where you start loving on you a little bit more. And again, that's not being selfish. That's not you know, I don't care about nobody else, I'm gonna do me as long as I'm happy type of mindset. Again, it's the opposite. It's the, I may not be number one, but I need to be a priority. I need to be on that priority list. May not be number one. Maybe I need to be number 3, number 4, whatever the day is. Every day is going to be different, right? Whatever that looks like for you. And number 3 and number 4, you know, if that's the number you are or on your list, doesn't mean that you're not prioritizing yourself. There are some days where, you know what, I'm able to make myself number 1. I'm able to. I got up early. I'm taking care of myself. I'm pouring into myself. I'm investing in myself. And then, you know what? There are other seasons in life where other things have to be a priority. Now, that doesn't mean that I fall off the list completely. That can't happen. That can't happen. You cannot effectively show up for other people if you are not on your priority list. It's just not possible. It's not healthy, right? But that just may mean that other things are a priority right now. You know, it may be that my husband or my children or that X, Y, and Z has a higher level of priority than I do. And maybe on a given day, I'm able to sit down and eat quietly by myself. Maybe I'm able to take a bubble bath. Maybe I'm able to have some time out in the community by myself. Whatever that looks like, every day is going to be different. The number that you hold on your priority list is going to be different. And it doesn't matter what it is, as long as you do something for you, as long as you show up for yourself in some way. I told somebody recently, even if you just do one thing for yourself today, sis, even if it's just one thing, go on that walk. Take that bubble bath, take that long shower, take an extra 10 minutes and do your nighttime skincare regimen. Drink something healthy for yourself, right? Take a little extra time and do your hair that morning. Get dressed, whatever it is, do something for yourself. Take care of yourself so that you can be the best version of you, showing up for everyone else. That does not make you selfish. That doesn't make you selfish. I can't talk. That doesn't make you selfish. Show up for yourself. Take care of yourself. Y'all, recently I got my hair done and your girl feels good. I feel good about myself, right? And there's some seasons where money is tight. Let's be real. There are some seasons where money is tight. So I told myself, you know what? I need to learn how to do my own hair. That way, if there is a season where money is tight and I can't get my hair done, which has happened before, I at least can do it myself. There may be seasons where I can't get my nails and toes done. That's okay. Y'all know what I did last night? Your girl got down on that floor. She filed them toes. She clipped them toes. She did whatever she needed to do. And I did my own toes. And they look so good. My husband looked at them and was like, oh, your feet look cute. I was like, thank you. Right? I did it myself for free. Right? And so it's just important, y'all. My point of this video is to remind you, ladies, to take care of yourself. To take care of yourself, y'all. Don't try to pour from an empty cup. It's not cute. It's not cute. For a long time, I had this superwoman syndrome where I just felt like I had to do all the things. I had to be all the things for everyone. I didn't want to drop the ball. You know, I had this standard to live up to, right? And it was something that I created within my own head, right? Now, granted, it may have been some standards that other people created for me, like my family living up to their standards. Sure, right? I allowed myself to create unhealthy expectations and standards that then I made myself live up to. At the end of the day, no one has control over you. You have control over yourself. So you have to take responsibility for yourself to say, what do I need? What do I need? How do I need myself to show up in this season of life? What do I need so that I'm able to thrive in this season and I'm not just operating in survival mode? You have to take responsibility for yourself. If there are standards and expectations that other people have of you that's unhealthy and that's unrealistic, it's not biblical, the Lord has not called you to, you make the choice of whether you are going to uphold those standards and expectations. No one else can make you. And so I want to encourage you guys, like, as we level up, as we mature as wives, as mothers, as homemakers, take responsibility for yourself. Take responsibility for your mental health, for your wellness, for your actions. Take responsibility. Do what you need to do for yourself. Take care of yourself, y'all. Prioritize yourself. Again, you may not be number one on the list, but you need to be on that list. And maybe some days you might be number one. There's another day where you might be number two. You know, when you are pregnant, when you have just had a baby, I'm definitely not number one when I've had a baby. That baby is number one. And their needs and them needing to nurse and them needing to be close to me. That's number one. And then maybe it's my children because they're adjusting to a new baby being in the home. And then maybe it's, I don't know, whatever else, right? So maybe I'm not number one or number two, but you know what? I'm at least going to be number three today. I'm going to go take that shower. I'm going to get dressed today. I'm going to take a few extra minutes and I'm going to eat by myself in quiet. In the peace and quiet. Whatever it is, y'all, take care of yourself. Seriously, y'all, take care of yourself. It's not cute to be depleted. It's not cute to be burnt out. It's not cute because we think it's cute. I used to think it was cute. I used to just hustle mode. Like I stayed with a hustle mindset. Even as a stay-at-home mom, even as a homemaker, You know, I was beating myself in the ground, getting up early, running my business, running this ministry. And don't get me wrong, these are things that I believe the Lord has called me to in different ways. But there did come a point where I had to sit before the Lord and say, like, okay, is this what you're still calling me to? For those of you that don't know, I recently put down my boutique. I put down my business because my husband started a business and I wanted to be more invested and more available to support him in his endeavors, right? And so something had to go. It was almost impossible for me to do both. Not the way that he needed the support, especially with everything that he has going on with his career. He just couldn't invest as much time and energy. And so I was willing to put my stuff on the back burner. I was willing to put my stuff down. That was fine. Right? But it took for me to sit down and say, what do I need to do in this season of my life? And in this season, I need to reassess. I need to close down. If you look at a bank account and you look at accounts, right, that you have open, there may be a season where you realize, this account does not serve me a purpose right now in this season. So let me close down this account. And so there came a point where I needed to close down some accounts and I needed to shuffle around some money, right? And I needed to be available in other areas or open new accounts. So I closed down the boutique account. I've reshuffled my time and my attention, right, to my husband's endeavors, right? And I'm able to show up in that way more because I'm not depleted. I'm not stretching myself thin over 100 different things. So shutting down my business allowed me to reallocate all of my focus, my time, and my energy and my efforts to his business, right? And that was necessary. And that was a decision that I made because I understood that I can't be all the things for everyone at all times. There comes a point where part of taking care of yourself is sitting down and really taking inventory of what is going on in your life. What are the accounts that I have open? What accounts do I need to shut down? Where do I need to move some money around? What are the new bills or, the new responsibilities that are now, on the table? What are some things that I can close down? Where can I reallocate? Like, it really comes down to, as homemakers, I always say, as women that are the managers of our home, like, we have to get to the point where we manage our lives well by really sitting down and really planning and really taking inventory and understanding what is happening. A person that has finances and has businesses and doesn't sit down to understand what is happening is a person that's going to fail. And a lot of us are failing because we're not sitting down. We're not taking inventory. We don't have a clear snapshot of all of the kids' activities, the bills, the household duties, the businesses. How are you trying to take care of yourself? How are you trying to take care of everyone else? What are the needs of everyone? In order to be effective in caring for other people, you have to be effective in being able to manage and understand. And part of that is being able to be effective in taking care of yourself. And part of taking care of yourself is understanding all that you are called to, all that you need to do, how you need to show up, and how that needs to be done in a given season. So I want to encourage you guys. I know I said a lot in this video. There was no clear, concise order of this video, but the clear takeaways are to take care of yourself. Prioritize yourself. You may not be number one, you may not be number two, but you need to be on the list. Every season is different. You may be number one in another season. You may be number two in another season. You may be number 5. There are some seasons in life where I was like number 5 and number 6. I was pushing 5 or 6. For whatever reason, I had to show up in so many other ways that I just wasn't able to give myself as much time as I had hoped for. But that's okay. That's okay because seasons are temporary. And I understood that right now I have to show up a lot more in this place. And maybe I'm not able to give myself as much, but that's okay. This is only temporary. Let me figure out little ways, little pockets of my days where I can do better at serving myself. So seasons are different. Things are going to change, and that is okay. Just don't let it last for too long, right? Remind yourself that it's temporary and that it's important for you to show up for yourself at some point, right? It's important to sit down, take inventory of the season that you are in. What is going on? What is happening? How can you continue to show up for yourself? Where else do you need to show up for? Or, who else do you need to show up for? How else do you need to show up? What accounts can we close down? What accounts need to be open? How do we shuffle things around? Right? Being an effective homemaker calls for you to sit down and take inventory of what is going on. what is going out and what is coming in, and how you can continue to manage things well. So all of this goes back to taking care of yourself, girl. Take care of yourself, y'all. Take care of yourself. Love yourself enough to take care of you. Seriously, love yourself enough to take care of you. I hope this blesses somebody. Like I said, I feel like it was all over. We'll see how this works out when I edit it, but I hope it encourages you guys. Comment and let me know, what are your thoughts? How are you taking care of yourself? What season of life are you in? And how are you needing to show up for yourself differently than maybe you have in seasons in the past? Let's chat in the comments.